evening, folks. This evening's topic D is twofold. We are talking about traveling nurses for one, and the second part is traveling nurses and senior care. So, with that being said, let's get to the presentation I made for you, please. Please sit back and enjoy, folks. All right, here we go. The page explains that travel nurses strengthen senior care by filling staffing gaps and bringing specialized, flexible clinical skills into nursing homes and assisted living settings, which help maintain consistent, high-quality care for older adults. Why traveling nurses matter in senior care. Addressing workforce shortages. Travel nurses provide short-term staffing that keeps facilities fully staffed. When permanent nurses are unavailable, preventing service interruptions. Bringing specialized expertise. Because travel nurses receive traveling for varied clinical settings, they can manage complex age-related conditions, multiple chronic illnesses, dementia, Alzheimer's, and tailor care plans to individual seniors. How travel nurses improve day-to-day care. Flexibility and rapid onboarding. Okay, their experience across different facilities lets them adapt quickly to new teams, protocols, and patient needs, reducing the learning curve and delivering immediate clinical support. Relationship building. The article emphasizes that travel nurses can form trusting therapeutic relationships with seniors and families by addressing both physical and emotional needs and by communicating clearly with relatives. Net effect on senior healthcare quality. The piece concludes that travel nurses not only plug short-term gaps, but also produce lasting improvements in care quality through specialized skills, adaptability, and strong patient-family communication, ultimately helping facilities sustain high standards even during staffing crises. Context note about the page. The article appears on a senior living site and includes a promotional mention of a staffing agency, TLC Nursing, as a way for nurses to procure or pursue travel work. This indicates the contents mixes informal points with sponsored or affiliate oriented messaging. Okay, guys, here's the second part. Give me a minute to fix up my notes here. I'll be right with you. For the second part of the show, we are discussing on the road care to care. Travel nurses still in demand. Presents a nonsensed picture of the travel nursing landscape in the post-pandemic era. The article argues that while explosive crisis-driven demand of 2020 and 2021 has cooled, travel nursing remains a durable and strategically important part of the U.S. healthcare workforce. Hospitals continue to rely on travelers to stabilize staffing, and nurses continue to seek travel notes for flexibility, autonomy, and financial opportunity. The piece blends data experts, commentary, and personal stories to show how the field is evolving rather than disappearing. Demand trends and market contexts. A boom, a correction, and a new equilibrium. During the height of COVID-19, travel nursing became a lifeline for overwhelmed hospitals. The article notes that demand spiked by roughly 35%, driven by surging patient volumes, staff illnesses, and burnouts. As the emergency phase warned, the market corrected sharply between January and July of 2022. Demand dropped by 42%, a dramatic contraction that signaled the end of crisis level hiring, but not a collapse. Rather than vanishing, demand was settled into a more sustainable pattern. Hospitals still face chronic staffing shortages, particularly in critical care, emergency departments, and rural facilities. And travel nurses remain a key stopgap The article emphasizes that the industry is stabilizing, not shrinking into irrelevance. A shift in how hospitals use travelers. Instead of relying on travelers as a default solution, many systems are recalibrating using shorter contracts, targeting specific specialties, and focusing on converting high performing travelers into permanent staff. This reflects a broader push to rebuild internal workforce pipelines and reduce dependence on costly temporary labor. Why nurses choose travel work? Flexibility as a core value. Travel nursing offers something permanent roles rarely can: the ability to choose when and where and how long to work. Nurses can take assignments in new cities, explore different clinical environments, or build schedules around family or personal goals. Accelerated professional growth. By rotating through diverse hospital units and patient populations, travel nurses accumulate a breadth of experience that can take years to gain in a single facility. This adaptability becomes a professional asset and for many a source of pride. Financial motivation. The article highlights the stark pay differentials that drew many nurses into travel roles. During the pandemic, while rates have since declined, travel pay still often exceeds that of permanent staff, especially in high needed specialties or geographic hotspots. Generational preferences. Millennials and Gen Zs, nurses who now make up a growing share of the workforce, tend to prioritize autonomy, mobility, and work-life balance. Travel nursing aligns with these values, making it an attractive early career pathway. Benefits and downsides described. Benefits for facilities. Travel nurses provide rapid relief during staffing shortages, preventing unit closures, and maintaining patient care capacity. Their adaptability, honored by frequent transitions, allows them to integrate quickly into new teams. Hospitals sometimes use travel assignments as a trial period, recruiting travelers into permanent roles. Once mutual fit is established. Drawbacks for nurses: unpredictability. Contracts can be shortened or canceled. With little notice, leaving nurses scrambling for income. Burnout risk. Consistent relocation, onboarding to new systems, and high acuity assignments can take a toll. Reduced benefits. Travelers often receive fewer traditional benefit: retirement, contributions, paid leave, tuition support compared to staff nurses. Market situation. As more nurses entered travel roles during the pandemic, completion increased, competition increased, and pay rates fell from their peak, making the field less lucrative than it once was. Practical implications for hospitals. Travel nurses remain a tactical workforce solution, essential during surges, seasonal fluctuations, or permanent vacancies. However, the article notes a growing emphasis on rebuilding core staffing, improving retention, and using travelers more strategically rather than reflectively. Some systems are experimenting with internal travel programs offering mobility and higher pay while keeping labor costs in-house. For nurses, travel nursing continues to offer freedom, adventure, and strong short-term earnings. But it also requires financial planning for gaps between contracts, emotional resilience, for frequent transitions, and a willingness to navigate variable workplace cultures. For some, travel becomes a long-term lifestyle. For others, it's a temporary strategy to pay down debt, explore the country, or gain experience before setting into permanent role. Source and context. Medical news. Okay, guys, so that is your C for tonight, or D for tonight. I will be on maybe later for a show, or tomorrow for shows for sure. For now, Gator Wellness. Take care, folks.